Okay, students, today we're going to be doing an experiment, a lab. You're going to do it at home. I'm going to demonstrate it here, but you're going to do it at home. And it's going to demonstrate what we've been going over on the scientific method. So the first step of the scientific method is to make an observation. And my observation is that I've seen lots of kids blowing bubbles. So from the observation, you come up with a hypothesis. And my hypothesis is that there are things that I can add to my bubble making solution that will change the size and consistency of my bubbles. So we're going to have a control, because all experiments have to have a control, and my control is going to be a cup with just water and dishwashing detergent. My second cup is going to have water, dishwashing detergent, and sugar. My third cup is going to have water, dishwashing detergent, and salt. And we're going to find out what effect, if any, adding the sugar and the salt to my standard solution is going to have. So the procedure that I wrote for you guys to follow says to take 1 teaspoon of dishwashing detergent and add it to each cup. That background you hear is our bird. Who sometimes sounds like an angry bird. To the same cups, I then add 2/3 of a cup of water. This measuring cup happens to be 1/3 of a cup. And the reason I'm doing all of them the same is so that I don't have any variations. I don't have anything that would throw the experiment off. So all of them start out identically. And then it says to swirl until you get a clear solution. I'm actually going to mix. Then the procedure tells me to add 1 teaspoon of sugar, says to add 1/2 teaspoon of sugar, 1/2 teaspoon level of sugar to the second cup. Mix it. So now, not to cross-contaminate, clean this off. And then I'm going to add 1/2 teaspoon of salt to the third. And I'm going to mix. Now, my hypothesis is that adding these different things to the water solution will change my ability to make bubbles. So in order, again, not to cross-contaminate, I'm going to use 1 straw for this one. I'm going to use a different straw for this one. I'm going to use a 3rd straw for the last one. Now, the secret to doing this is not to blow hard, is to be gentle. And I made a bubble. And one of the questions is, which makes better bubbles? 1 compared to 2, 1 compared to 3, 1 compared to 2 compared to 3. So being gentle, I made some fairly decent bubbles there with cup 1. Made a monster bubble with cup 2. And several monster bubbles with cup 3. I can squash them with cup 2, etc., etc. Now cup 3. I can still make bubbles with cup 3, but they don't seem to be very big. Okay, so that's the simple procedure. After you should write your observations as you do each cup, which one had big bubbles, try to get a simple size, and then you're going to answer the questions that I've added in the analyze part of it, and then after you've done that, you're going to come up with a conclusion. So that's a simple demonstration of lab number 1 or lab number 2, bubbles. You're on your own now, guys.